这碎绿泡。哦。
你要先把它吃掉吗？
当然了，不然会融掉啊。地瓜。
Tell your friends, we'll let them know we're safe later on. The road's calling, sun on our skin, sleeping under stars when it's gone. I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me.
召唤。
Cái này về. Hai. Hai. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Said that you've been hurt one too many times before. Ended up staring in the bathroom mirror, crying on your bedroom floor. Baby, you can take my word, you haven't gotta hurt no more. Things are about to get much better. I wanna make this forever. I wanna make this forever.
で、その煮たものと三品茶が中に入ってます。
Said that you felt lost 100 times before. Going in circles on a one-way street, running till your feet get sore. But I guess you haven't heard, you ain't got to run no more. Things are about to get much better, so I wanna make this forever. I wanna make this forever. I wanna make this forever. I wanna make this forever.
การหลักเอง
I wanna make this
เชียร์มาเด้อแก้มกุยกุย
長い。
어 나가랑 주자 go 저쪽 milk
milk。
ハリー。
あれ肯德基啊，还是你的呀？
간단히
宝贝。
아,
耶，我完成啊！
恐怖！
에 미야 츄
Miles and miles of the clear blue sky. We drive straight as an arrow flies. Nowhere to be, no dreams to chase tonight. We've got time to waste, let's waste it right.
어, 谢谢。
You and I, heads up in the clouds, caught up with the birds flying south. Nothing to see as the day turns into night. We've got time to waste, let's waste it right. We got time to waste, let's waste it right.
햇빛 오자와. 느끼해질게요.
Later on in the night, when the crowds have gone, we could talk under moonlight till dawn. We could stay to watch the sunrise, cancel all our plans. We don't need a reason why we just can't. I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a while? Got myself free falling deep into your eyes. Came to me without warning, but I knew why. I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while? Stay in this moment.